let's get it started with some acrylics, caramel, and then I show you two Kier Sky acrylics, but I'm going to be using the lighter one because I wasn't sure. I'm just Everything is just coming off the noggin. I don't know what I'm doing when I start my videos. I just kind of pick out colors, and then that's how I go from there. So yeah, I actually wanted this to be still a somewhat of a fall color design. It's not really like the design that I do is really not going to be fall, but the colors are. And yeah, like I don't want to start doing, I think my next video might be a Halloween set because I'm so freaking anxious to get into Halloween. Like I don't know how many of you are anxious out there to get into Halloween sets, but I know I am. I'm really not about like that, like really like scary Halloween type sets, but I want to at least do one. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I love doing like those comical Halloween sets that are like, like the ones that have like the cute ghost, or the cute little, you know what I'm talking about, like the cute Halloween stuff. Okay, I don't know how else to explain it, but yeah, another thing, you guys, I am going to be using my practice hand for a few videos. That's because oh my God, guys, I was helping my husband transfer from his wheelchair, and I hurt my wrist, you guys. I usually, I'm part of a program where they yearly they have classes, right? Like they have classes where they train you on how to do certain things when you're a caretaker. Um, so I did take a class last year on how to help people who are in wheelchairs, how to transfer them from their chair to the bed or to the shower bench, or etc., etc. And so when I took that class, they asked us to purchase a belt that you use. It's like, I don't know what the name of the belt is, you guys. If you guys know what the name of the belt is, leave it down below. I can't remember, but the way you use it is you strap it onto your waist, and then you strap it around the patient, so that when you're lifting them, you're not using all your all your muscles to transfer them, right? So last year when I took this class, they told us that we needed to purchase that belt if we wanted to eliminate being injured in any way, in any shape, type, or form. Okay, so guess what? Marcy never purchased this belt, and I still haven't purchased it. And it's just been, now that I'm injured, when you do something and you're like, it happens and you're like, dang, I should have just bought the damn thing. Okay, so that's me right now. Like right now that my wrist hurts, I'm thinking like, damn, if I would have had the belt, nothing would have been going on right now. So I am on the hunt, on the lookout for this belt, because I do not want to go through this anymore. Like I can't, you guys. Um, it'll help not only my wrist, but it'll help my back. You know what I mean, from hurting. It'll help my neck area. I'm very sore a lot of times, and yeah, this belt would really, really help me. So I need to first I need to find out what the hell the name of it is. So if y'all can think of the name, let me know. So let's start right there. Okay. So gonna leave you guys to watch a little bit and then I'll come back. Guys, I don't know if I have like this crazy obsession of watching videos of when we got invaded or terrorized by terrorists on 9/11. And I have been watching videos on this, documentaries. I'm very intrigued on learning like who some of these people were that lost their lives, people who survived. Like I am so interested in like what were people doing the day this happened. It's very sad, but at the same time it's just so interesting to me. um I I have a one story in particular, and that is about a lady that was standing on the edge of the Twin Towers, right where the plane hit the building. And her name is, well, it's said to be, because we can only speculate that this is who this person was. They didn't talk to her, obviously, but they have a video of a lady, and if you look it up on the internet, you can probably find her under the waving lady, or they say that her name is Edna Citron, and this lady is actually right at the edge of the building waving, hoping to get rescued. So they made a documentary on her, and I was watching the documentary on her, and they were talking about how this person, Edna Cintron, she worked at the Twin Towers for some kind of like a realtor office, or a lawyer office, because I know most of the World Trade Centers had to do with anything financial. And but I also know, according to the documentary, this lady, she owned a flower shop, and her story is so interesting because, well, to me, because you see this lady waving from the building, right? And she's alive. And I'm sorry if I get a little emotional, but I don't know what I would do if I was in that type of situation. You know, it it is like a life or death thing. It's like, just imagine standing there hoping that somebody rescues you, right? And 10 minutes later, the building crumbles, and it's like what it's like she went through the worst. I mean, everybody that was there, everybody that lost their life went through something. But just because they had a specific documentary for this person, it breaks my heart that she had to go through that, by herself, hoping that somebody would rescue her, and they couldn't. And then they show when the building starts falling, and just to know that you just saw her standing there, and now the building is crumbling down, so that she's falling right along with the building, and it just, like, every time I think about these stories, or even just the 9/11 situation, it's like everything else, every other, like, problem or drama or whatever that is going on, it's like if it's nothing. Like, it's like, why are we being dramatic over this? And look at this person, what she went through, and what if it was one of us, like, I can never say that I know how she felt, because I don't, but I can only imagine how scared she was, and I say she because I'm like focusing on her story. I know that there was thousands of other people, people who jumped off the building. That was like, how you must have had to been in such a position of, like, do I want to burn alive or do I jump? Because I can only think that's the only reason why people were jumping, because they thought, like, how they had to choose. They literally made a choice of how they only had two options of how they were to die, and they had to make that decision in an instant. And that is just so, oh man, it's just so sad, and my heart goes out to everybody that was there. Like, I was only, let me see, I was probably like 25, 26 years old. I was at work, I remember, when this happened. And when I got home, my kids, they were young. They were like 7. One of them was 7. The other one was like 9. And when people started jumping off the building on the news, they were not blurring that out. And I remember my oldest sitting in front of the television and asking, like, Mom, why are they jumping out the building? And it's like, you think at the moment you think like, dang, like how do you answer that? How do you what answer do you give to a 7-year-old or 9-year-old or even a 12-year-old? Like, what kind of answer do you give that kid about why they had to jump, you know? And I remember briefly, kind of explaining what happened. I don't know if he understood the severity of it. I'm sure just by the looks of it, it was a very severe traumatic, you know, situation. That's the way it looked. But for a kid that age, you don't know if you don't know how bad do they think it is. I don't know if I'm explaining that correctly. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings either. But yeah, I remember him sitting there and wondering why these people were jumping out the building, and it was just they were jumping from like 100-story floor. It wasn't just like a 2-story, 3-story floor. It was pretty high. So I don't know what made me bring up this topic. I guess because there has been some drama going on social media again, and it's just so sad that so much bigger things are going on in the world, and here we are, you know, pointing out things, that are just really insignificant, you know. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys watch for a while, and I'll be right back. A little bit about these flowers, you guys. I kind of was having a little bit of hard time here. Okay, I did 3 petals instead of 4 or 5. Okay, and I kind of wish I would have did them like a different color, but like I said, when I start off a design, I just kind of go with the flow of what I'm doing and just choose colors that I already have. um Other than the flowers, I think everything else came out pretty good. As far as the acrylics, and I've already made a video, a previous video on how I feel about the acrylics. Acrylics does not give me an issue at all. It's unless she changed the formula. I mean, then she changed it for the best, because it did not give me any issues. It feels buttery as well. So you guys need to try it out for yourself. But we're going to top coat these babies, and we are about to end this video, you guys. Make sure you guys comment. Don't forget to remind me what the name of the belt, okay, because I needs that. Okay, and if you guys want to comment on anything in regards to 9/11, like, feel free. I would love to know your thoughts on that. And so I hope you guys have a blessed day, and I will see y'all on the next one. Bye, guys.